Well, it's that time of year again. Summer is fading, school is beginning, and the inevitable clusterfuck that is the 2020 election cycle is drawing inexorably closer. All that is, of course, terribly depressing, but surely all hope is not lost. After all, a new, glorious season of anime is upon us, bringing with it all the hope and magic of a brand new start. Admittedly, we have been burned in the past by seasonal releases, but surely this new fall season promises more than a shallow well of god-awful sequels and horny slice-of-life bullshit, right? Yeah, not fucking likely. Fall 2020 is shaping up to be yet another compelling argument for purging all records of this godforsaken year and beginning anew with simple cave people, blissfully ignorant of the world we left behind. What's this? A new season of Golden Kamuy? Don't they know it isn't Christmas? Now, full disclosure, I say this having not actually seen any of this anime, and I very much doubt very many people have, as, at time of writing, the season hasn't started yet. But I remain steadfast in my pessimism. Do I have any specific insight that grants me a position of authority? No. Is it useful to dismissively shit on all these anime before any real information is known about them? Unlikely. Am I in a position to leverage criticism, having never created anything of any real substance in my entire life? Of course not. However, let's ignore all that and revel in baseless speculation as we look to the upcoming anime of fall 2020 and wonder if maybe we should just ditch the cartoons and invest our time in, like, experimental jazz or something. Oh god. Starting off well in the fall, I see. No, really, just bring out this little number. I'm sure I will eventually find room in my heart to start beating the production team to death with a crowbar. Well, I guess it could be worse. After all, you know what they say. If you let them punch you in the balls first, you'll already be crying by the time they start stomping on your face. What is interesting is that the first season of this anime came out in 2015, so I don't know where the fuck it's getting a second wind from. It certainly wasn't taking the time to take the series in an interesting creative direction or take the production value to the dizzying heights of not a fucking embarrassment. But whatever, as a poster child for terrible SAO clones, this is as good as any. It seems the industry is now content to allow this fucking shambles exclusive rights to ruining fucking everything, and with maybe the exception of Ray Zero, and that's an improvement over the past 10 years of endless terrible isekai. Maybe. It's hard to say, but what is clear to me is that the fact that this exercise in unintended existential horror has gotten 2 sequels in as many years indicates that someone, somewhere, has been asking for them. I would like that person's home address. Don't be shy, I won't hurt them, I just need it so that I can meet with them and very calmly, very politely, cave their fucking skull in. There is no justice in the world. Feel free to correct me, but Haikyuu to the Top is a continuation of the original Haikyuu's canon and storyline, right? Following the same characters, still playing volleyball with the feverish, irrational intensity more commonly attributed to doomsday cults and Tea Party rallies, correct? So there's no actual reason not to call this Haikyuu Season 1,000,000 or whatever. The new subtitle exists solely to make me waste my fucking time looking up whether or not this is some kind of spin-off. Right? Right? Whatever. I guess there are worse sins than unnecessary retitling, and it's not like I was going to watch this anyway. I hear that this is somehow different and better than Free and Kuroko no Basket, but frankly I'm not willing to take that chance. The last time I tried to watch Free, the sheer volume of queerbaiting gave me a full-on aneurysm. And I just don't feel that even a fairly decent volleyball anime could possibly be worth potential hospitalization. I'll pass. Thanks. Wait. They're bringing this back? Who the hell has given an irregular at Magic High School a second thought in the past 6 years? Were people asking for this? Does this anime even do well? I mean, I suppose it's the kind of slightly pathetic power fantasy that appeals to the pseudo-intellectual incels of the modern day, so, I mean, it probably did do pretty well. It's rather depressing how much impact that demographic seems to have on modern media, but I suppose it's time to get over it. I would have thought that the summer season would be able to tie them over with that Demon Lord bullshit, but maybe that one didn't have enough implied incest. and a regular at Magic High School is pretty much the archetypical piece of empty male wish fulfillment. Everyone said he was a loser, but secretly he's actually the best at everything, and all the pretty girls want to kiss his sexy face and see, Mom? I told you I wasn't a failure! I do not wonder if this will be successful. It will be, and that in and of itself is proof that the modern man peaked somewhere around the Stone Age. Gross. Oh hey, I actually read this manga. Wait. Damn. Now I actually have basis for judgment, which is super inconvenient. Well, for what it's worth, I mostly like the manga. I have currently dropped it as I have little patience for manga stretching interminably onward with no clear end goal in sight, and I felt that at the time I stopped reading it had begun to overcomplicate things anyway. However, I do think the story had a lot going for it. The beginning is overflowing with poignancy, and even when I stopped, there are a million details about how this anime approaches writing an immortal character that really impressed me. If this adaptation just focuses on the first couple arcs, as I suspect it will, it has every chance of being genuinely excellent. Just don't fuck this up, brain space. I will definitely watch this. The daughters of Setsumaru and Inuyasha set out on a journey transcending time. Damn it, you bastards. I'm in. I'm actually not a huge fan of Inuyasha. It had a lovely setting and aesthetic with a few good characters thrown in there, but it had all the structural integrity of a wet graham cracker, and it definitely suffered for it. However, there is something about this concept that I find deeply compelling. There's a lot about this that screams, shit, we have a beloved intellectual property lying around, better do something with it. But there's a suitably mythic tone to the original Inuyasha that could make a second-generation spin-off really interesting. I hope that the scope of this and the stakes will be a little bit lower so we can really focus in on the character, but regardless, I find myself weirdly excited about this. Yeah, could be super interesting. Oh look, it's an idol show. I bet if I looked really hard, I could even find a shit to give. No. Anime horror is never good. Not ever. Don't waste your time. The mouse synopsis of this reads, the third season of Golden Kamuy. Well, thank fucking Christ you were there to clear that up, Mal. I thought it might be the long-awaited sequel to the 1957 historical fantasy film Seventh Seal. Yeah, I haven't the slightest what a Golden Kamuy is, so I'm not really sure how this is higher on the male seasonal ranking than any of the new anime, but whatever. Apparently it's a seinen manga adaptation produced by Studio Genos, the studio previously best known for Golden Kamuy, and Golden Kamuy Season 2. The premise is that the veteran comes home from a war to take care of a comrade's widow, but instead he pisses off to find some treasure, and yeah, fair enough. That's kind of a raw deal, Mr. Veteran Sir. Feel free to do what you gotta do. There's something about this that screams terrible to me. Honestly, it's kind of hard to do the funny haha cynicism thing about things you know and feel nothing about, so let's just wrap this up. Sure, it'll be fine. Could be worth a look. Hey, look at this. Another season that gives me pretty much nothing to go on. So there are demons, and there are high schoolers, and there are secret cabals of shadowy peacekeepers. So far, so Blue Exorcist. But there is ample opportunity within this premise to distinguish yourself, and it's being made by Studio Mappa, a studio I keep hoping will eventually release something genuinely good. The art style looks cool, though it remains to be seen whether an animation team could possibly maintain that level of production on an action series without grinding the pacing to a screeching halt. But really, the show could end up anywhere between pretty damn good to a waste of fucking time, so there's your prediction. It might be worth giving a shot. What the fuck is this premise? I confess I'm intrigued. There are like 12 gimmicks to this one anime. The main character is married in high school. He's a super overachiever. He's super sensitive about his weird-ass name. And he's deeply in love with a strange woman he met on a street once. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet of wacky slice-of-life bullshit. This is giving me a little bit of My Braid is a Mermaid vibes, which was actually pretty good in the moments where it forgot how incredibly sexist it was, so I genuinely believe this anime has a chance to be good. I mean, a really fucking small chance. Like a Nike will stop casually endorsing the use of child labor chance, but it's technically there. We'll honestly probably watch this. Wow. Logakoba is breaking the hell out of type for this one. No more cute shit here. Now we are doing street crime. Still, I can't quite bring myself to care. It's possible that this is going for a shonen tone, which would be fine, but after No Guns Life and Gangstars, I have zero faith in anime's ability to make that mid-2000s style of action seinen anymore, so if it tries to go for that, I am completely out. I can't handle another No Guns Life. I have a rule with any Yuri or Yaoi anime. If they don't kiss, it is bullshit. If an anime or manga tries to have a gay couple but isn't even brave enough to show an innocent smooch, then it is a waste of my fucking time and can go right to hell. It knows what it has to do. Wow. There are a fuck ton of anime coming out next season. Shaft is putting out at long last, and there's a Cute Girls Do X anime about rock climbing that conjures pleasant memories of that one weightlifting anime. But let's cut it off here. It's kinda disappointing that so much of what's coming out is a sequel to something terrible. I mean, was anyone really asking for more irregular at Magic High School? However, it's not all doom and gloom, I suppose. There are 3 anime that don't immediately scream I am total shit at the top of their lungs the moment you look at their promotional art, and that's technically something. There is certainly nothing that screams I am the next Aizukin, but, who knows? Maybe Cute Girls Do Trains will blow us all off of our feet. Maybe COVID will mutate and kill us all before we realize that all these anime are shit.